Congressman, let me stay with you for a moment and ask you,
Sure.
given your prominent position on the Foreign Affairs Committee, obviously one of the big topics of conversation is your colleague, Congresswoman Omar's comments. Do you want her to step off of the Foreign Affairs Committee, sir?
Well, I'll tell you what I want, Maria, is I want a very strong condemnation of anti-Semitism to pass in the House today. We've had lots of discussions about foreign policy, but the fact is that using anti-Semitic tropes like the dual loyalty charge, which I take so personally, both as a member of Congress and the son of a World War II veteran, that language is unacceptable and must be condemned. It's important that we do it clearly, it's important that we do it singularly, and it's important that we do it today.
Yeah, how come this keeps getting delayed? I mean, I'm sort of like scratching my head a little, saying, well, obviously anti-Semitism should be condemned, and obviously bigotry should be condemned. I mean, we need a resolution to tell us that. I mean, this is pretty obvious, isn't it?
Well, of course it should be condemned, and we condemn it.
Well, how come it keeps getting delayed, though? It keeps getting delayed, right?
Right, we should condemn it every way we can. It's important for the entire House, I believe, to have the opportunity to condemn the use of anti-Semitic tropes that throughout the history of the Jewish people has led to threats and expulsion from countries and violence and death. And we need to do it quickly. There is no time to waste. I agree with you, and it needs to happen right away.
I totally agree with you, Congressman, and that's all good and fine, but people say that that's not going far enough. I mean, if you've got a key member on your committee, Congresswoman Omar, who's obviously making anti-Semitic comments, wouldn't the best thing to just ask her to step off of the committee? I mean, that's what the Republicans did with Steve King, right? They relieved him of all of his committee assignments. Why not just relieve her of this committee assignment?
Yeah, look, Maria, I think the last time we dealt with this, just weeks ago, the entire House leadership offered a strong condemnation. This time, it's important for the entire House of Representatives to do the same thing.
And that would be enough for you. You don't need her to step off foreign affairs.
And that's it. And there is no tolerance for this kind of language beyond that. We can't accept it. We can't accept it because of what it does to corrode the operation
I totally
of the
get
Congress.
that, and I agree with you. So why not just ask her to step off of foreign affairs, sir?
Well, because I'm focused right now on dealing not with the comments that have anything to do with foreign affairs. I want it today, Maria. I want to condemn anti-Semitism. I don't want to have a conversation about foreign policy. This isn't about foreign policy today.
Well, it's foreign affairs. If you're on the Foreign Affairs Committee and you're trashing Israel, obviously the first thing is step off of foreign affairs, because you obviously can't be fair.
Well, when you're using anti-Semitic tropes that have done such damage to the Jewish community throughout our history, the first thing, respectfully, is that we condemn the use of that language so that it stops.
Right.
And when you suggest, Maria, the idea that because I am a supporter of Israel, that I have some dual loyalty to Israel, that's enormously problematic, not just because it's unfair and unacceptable.
Yeah, no, I think we're agreeing with each other. I'm just wondering why you're not going the extra step and getting her off of foreign affairs, Congressman.
Well, as I said, Maria, right now, let's do this.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, tomorrow we'll have conversations about foreign policy and the impacts and why statements that suggest that our important relationship with Israel is founded on anything other than the strong shared values that we have are unacceptable.
We will watch that, Congressman. Thank you. And very quickly, Daniel, the final comment from you. What should we expect from your mother today as she testifies in this important hearing?
I'm one of 7 children. My parents have seven kids. They've been married for almost 45 years, and in two months, my sister's going to walk down the aisle, and she's the last one that my dad has a chance to walk down the aisle. It's going to be on my parents' anniversary, and she's going to talk about how tough this has been for these past 12 years for everyone in our family, and no family should ever have to go through what we're going through.
That's right.
And it's a reminder.
All right, Congressman Ted Deutch, Daniel Levinson, our prayers are with you. Daniel Levinson, we hope you have success, Congressman. We appreciate you joining us, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you.